2-1 is better than.
Hey.
We got.
So were you guys hold on. Were you guys waiting around to see if you could F-er and the P me live on TV?
Yes.
Is that what you were waiting?
Not you, but yes.
You were? Seriously?
Yes.
Can I ask why you would want to do something like that?
I feel like it's
Because he's wearing the shades,
quite substantial.
This week we've talked about a profane stunt that's become all the rage on the internet. Young people running up to cameras they see on the street just like us and shouting a particular phrase of profanity, F her right in the P. It's usually said by young men to female reporters, but not always. I've seen it done by women and I've seen it done to men. It's a particular phrase, it's stupid, it's rude, and I think it's an attempt to get on TV and say, look, I got on TV in a foolish way. Whatever it is, it's rude. But this became international news this week when one reporter to whom this was done turned the tables and interviewed some of the people laughing at this stunt and shamed them. And one of the laughers got fired from his job at a Crown corporation, not for saying the swear, but for laughing at it. That's where we are in terms of censorship and social justice warriors and sensitivity. You can't even laugh at an inappropriate joke, and you won't just be shamed, you will be fired from your job. Well, news comes now from Calgary that there's not just firing afoot, the police are getting involved. Here, let me show you. There was a CBC camera interviewing someone on the street, and a pickup truck drove by, and the passenger hollered out that stupid phrase, and see for yourself.
For me, the Red Mile should be a place where you're coming out, you're giving high fives, you're screaming, go Flames, go. You know, you're having a good time. Everyone should feel safe and happy down here. This should be a place where... That's not cool! That's the type of garbage that's not my Flames. That's not my city. I grew up in this city. I love this city. That's not my city.
So the CBC reporter got a look at the license plate. Police ticketed the shouter $402. Now, it was clearly not an assault. There was clearly no risk. It was just an insult. It was profanity, and it briefly interrupted the reporting. But since when is that a police priority? Is that even a police job? I'm not quite so sure, and in fact, I know it's not the police job in Calgary. I have some experience with the police in Calgary. Let me tell you about it. Less than a year ago, there was a massive pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas protest on the steps of City Hall in Calgary that soon devolved into an anti-Semitic riot, a bit of a pogrom. Here, take a look for yourself and watch these Muslim extremists beat a Jewish family so badly they were sent to hospital. Take a look. You'll notice police weren't even there, so that's okay by the cops. Now, maybe the cops, were caught off guard. That was their excuse. But 2 weeks later, when we had a pro-Canada, pro-Israel counter-rally, the cops were out in force. So they had no excuse for not noticing things then. Take a look at the profanities and the demonization and the chanting that the cops not just allowed, they protected. Take a look at Muslim extremists in Calgary chanting Heil Hitler, the Nazi salute, at a group of Jews.
This is Canada. People come here to look for it. I don't care about Hezbollah. Your finger of God. Your finger of God.
Take a few steps back.
Isn't that funny? A pickup truck driving by and hollering out some swear is a $402 ticket. But some Muslim extremists standing feet away from some Jews chanting anti-Semitic slurs, cops don't care. Is it that the cops don't care about swears, or is it that they have different standards depending on the politics involved? It's not just the cops. I think it's all of our popular culture, journalists, for example. Just this week, a CFL football player named Khalif Mitchell tweeted on Twitter some links to anti-Semitic Holocaust denial links. He was fined, but not fired, and certainly the police didn't get involved. Why is one thing okay to the social justice warriors, but not others? Why are some kinds of profanity utterly unacceptable to the left, but others, well, I mean, the left loves to swear and be obscene and lewd all the time. What's the double standard? I think the answer is what they do is okay, and what you do isn't. You know, it wasn't always this way. 40, 50 years ago, the left seemed to believe in free speech. They actually seemed to like the F word and see that it sometimes had value. There was a case in the United States that went all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court in 1971. The case was called Cohen versus California. It was a young man who walked into a courthouse wearing a t-shirt that said F-U-C-K, the draft. This was during the Vietnam War. And a judge said, that's outrageous, you can't wear that in court. Went all the way up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled actually you can say F-U-C-K. It's protected expression. In this case, it was political expression. You can say F-U-C-K, the draft. Well, that was then, and this is now. Today, liberals don't just shame people who swear, they sick the cops on them. For TheRebel.media, I'm Ezra Levant.